Hello, welcome to today's marketing session. I want to prove a point in just a second, but we don't always do what we mean to do, and we don't always walk the talk. We too are humans and have those moments where everything that we are so passionate about and teaching because we know it works, sometimes we don't do it for ourselves. And so that's what happened to me today. So I would love to know from you before we officially get started, what is your typical routine when you wake up in the morning? Okay. So drop it down below. Let me know. And so mine is typically that I will go out for a walk or a run or work out in my garage. I also, well, before all of that, I'm up and taking my daughter to school. I get up around 5:30 every morning, which I still did today. However, here are the things that I skipped and that wasted like the first half of my day because I skipped these things. So I do when I get back home from taking my daughter to school, I do some sort of workout to move my body, but it's really all for right here. Today I did not do that. Instead, what I did, I went straight to my laptop and I didn't really accomplish much because I wasn't in the right mindset. And so I skipped that morning routine. I also typically after I do some sort of movement with my body for at least 30 minutes, I take a shower and I get ready. I put on a real outfit for the day. I skipped that because I just stayed on my laptop and I just got distracted. I didn't really do much of the things that I am responsible for in our agency. But I finally got up from my laptop, from my desk because I wasn't on my laptop, took a quick shower, and then got ready in literally 10 minutes to show up. So, although I did skip that morning routine, which really is what keeps me on track so that I can show up whether or not I'm going to be on camera, I did finally get to it. So, I could have just canceled this or come on later or maybe put on a replay of something, but I decided to show up even if nobody's here live right now. So I wanted to share that with you because it makes such a difference when you actually do these little things that can just have a huge shift in your mindset for the day. They help you be productive as an entrepreneur. They help you show up to the people that you can impact the most. So, before we officially get started, if you're brand new to the page, my name is Gina Tassinelli, and I want to personally welcome you. So, hello. I'm so glad that you have found me. I'm the owner and founder of Stylishly Branding, which is one of the divisions of our social media marketing agency, Hype Media. And I personally work with consultants, coaches, network marketers, thought leaders to help you show up as a personal brand in your business. And we do that through style, your own personal style, through your social media presence, and through lots of other fun, impactful ways of showing up as the human being in your business. So I'm a mentor and a coach helping other women do that. And what we're going to talk about today is something really simple. It's simple. Well, it sounds simple. The headline sounds simple, right? But it's actually something that we all struggle with. I even struggle with it. And I get my own coaching and mentorship to help me with this. And it's interesting because when it comes to helping my clients with this topic that we're going to talk about, it comes to me much more easier. And this is for anybody. It's because when you are really close to your own business, it makes it a little bit difficult to think like somebody on the outside and think as to what is in it for them and what would be something that would attract them to your brand. So we're going to talk about 3 simple ways that you can improve your brand messaging so that you can connect more with your ideal clients and inspire them to make some moves, to take some action, whether that's, clicking somewhere, signing up for something, reaching out to you. We're going to talk about 3 simple ways to do that. All right. So the first thing I want to mention is, now this is just a crazy statistic, and I get really nerdy over these statistics, but they really mean something. 82% of consumers feel more positive about a brand after reading customized and personalized content. So what does that mean? That means people, your ideal clients, human beings that want or that are possible buyers for what it is that you have to offer, they're going to be more likely, 82%, okay, 82% more likely to connect with you, to buy from you when they feel that that connection is authentic. So that means your message needs to be personalized. It needs to be custom. It can't be cookie cutter. So if you're using a lot of templates, even for captions that are cookie cutter templates, it's time to change that. Social media is not what it was even 2 years ago. Now with people spending so much more time on social media, because this has been a way of connecting even more over the last couple of years. They're sick of the cookie cutter messages, of the fakeness. They want to connect with other humans. And as a business, there's still a human. There are still human elements to a business. But when you don't include that in your marketing and in your message, people can tell, and they're just not going to connect with you. And they're going to keep scrolling, and they're not going to stop the scroll. So that's why it's really important to get clear on your message. And here are some ways to do that. Okay. So I'm actually going to give you more than 3. I said 3, but it's actually going to be more. Okay. So the first thing that you want to do is, and of course, depending on your industry, this might, change a little bit, but you want to share more personal, behind the scenes type of content. Okay. So that could be images and videos of behind the scenes. I have some things actually that are going to be posted very soon, so you can see like what my setup looks like right now. If you look on the other side of this wall right here, which by the way is not a real wall, there's a reason why this is here. After or right when the C word started, I typically had my office, my home office, downstairs. But once the kids were home and my husband was working from home, I needed my own space. So I brought my entire office space to our master bedroom. So I have about a quarter of the room. And on the other side of this wall, which this is not real, this is a fake wall. On the other side of this is my bed and our dresser and the rest of our bedroom. But sharing behind the scenes. So on the other side of that is my desk. So on the other side of this camera is my desk. And I do have some behind the scenes images that I show. All of the glitz and glamour that you see out there, a lot of times that's not even real. And if it is, listen, it has taken time people to build up to, their gorgeous own office space, or we have no idea what people's personal lives are like. We have no idea the kinds of investors that are behind that. That doesn't devalue or make it's not a reason to hide behind your business. Okay. So the more real that you can get with your content and how you're showing up, the more that you're going to connect with those that you can really, really serve. So share behind the scenes images and videos. Speak to the camera in stories. Okay, so show up on camera. Let people see your beautiful face and hear your beautiful voice. Do live videos. And if you shake before you actually hit that go live button, and if maybe you've never hit that go live button, we're going to work on that together in a few weeks. Okay. And then use images that include team members if you have team members. Number 2 is be active on social accounts. Okay. So This is actually talking more, not so much yet about your actual message, which we will get to. So I'm giving you guys some extra bonus tips, but you want to be active on your social accounts. Okay, that's really, really, really important. And this is actually, as a little sidebar note, this is actually some of the things that I'm sharing right now. These bonuses are some tips that I shared last week as well. But we will get to the messaging because that's going to be really important. But in order for people to actually see your message, you need to start doing these things if you're not doing them. Okay. And these are just simple things. Engage with people on social media, engage with your personal connections, engage with other people's content. For every one piece of content that you put out there, you should be engaging on at least 3 others that from other people. Okay, so those are just some really, really simple steps to actually get your message to be seen. Now, once your message is seen, if the message isn't going to resonate with those people, then they're just going to keep scrolling through. Okay. So, what can you do to improve your message? Number one, you want to know your audience on a deeper and more meaningful level. So, whenever possible, you want to speak to your potential buyers or clients. And some ways to do this, which I have a coach recently that has really been helping me with this, is to survey your clients. Ask them if they would be open to jumping on a 15-minute call with you so you can just pick their brain a little bit and ask them some questions. And ask them questions as to, maybe it's something that you offer. Ask them, why aren't they buying if you've offered it to them? Or what would you need to do in order to improve your offer for them to buy it? Or what are the things that bother them about X, Y, and Z? So really get to know them. And then you want to use those answers and you want to include that information, that market research, you want to include that in your content moving forward. Because if that's coming out of their own mouth, that's something that's going to be important to them. And that's what should be part of your brand's message. Okay. Number 2 is you want to have an understanding of your unique selling proposition, or your unique value statement is another way of saying it. There's different ways of saying it. Basically, it's your elevator pitch. You want to have a clear understanding of what that is. So it needs to be very concise, and it has to direct to exactly who it is that you serve, how you serve them, and why you serve them. Okay. And so when you have that concise statement that speaks to exactly who it is your ideal client is, people will have a better idea of what you do and if you are the right person that they can come to help them solve that problem. Number 3 is you want to tell a story. So I am not a great writer at all. It's definitely one of my weakest skills. It's not, I wouldn't even consider it a skill for me personally. And there's many tools to help you out there with that. In fact, I have a magic tool that I love and I live by. I probably use it about 10 different times a day. And it's really helped me with my own messaging and my writing skills. So if you're interested in that, just type magic down below and I will message you a link to that tool. But you want to tell a story, and you don't need to be a great writer to tell a story. In fact, if you can tell a story in a way that doesn't seem like it's been scripted or edited, then and it's more authentic, it's going to pull people in because by human nature they're going to be more intrigued. So tell a story that hits people emotionally, that gets them feeling that the same feeling. Um, you know, for example, I shared with you just a few moments ago that I was totally off my game this morning. Instead of doing my normal routine after I get home from taking our daughter to school, I went straight to my laptop, which is one of the worst things that I can do personally, because then I don't do what I normally do. And so I wasn't as motivated, as productive. I didn't put as much as my good energy into what I was doing, and I moved really slow. So that is a story that I tell because it it tells me, and it's living proof for me, that when you don't do the things that I have learned to do, and I suggest others to do, it definitely changes the outcome of your day. And many people think that, okay, I work from home, I'm not going to see anybody. So, what's the point of getting up and getting dressed and putting on a real outfit and a little bit of makeup, things like that? But there's a huge point to it. So, me sharing that story with you maybe inspires you to change your morning routine a little bit and see how that could help you if you just made some tweaks. But you can tell these stories on a post, like a written post, or you can share it on a actual story and turn on the camera and hit live or record. And those are great ways to actually resonate and to connect with your ideal clients. That way they get it and they see you as the brand in your business. Okay. Because that's truly what is moving your business. It's not your logo, it's not your fonts, it's not your colors, it's not your website, it's not your offers, it's you. And so people want to connect with you. All right, I will see you guys next week, same time, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday. Until then, stay social and remember to show up. All right, bye.